And look at this. This is neat. Wow, I like this. Today's adventure takes us to Milford, Illinois in Iroquois County, kind of in central Illinois here, into this farm field. And what lies behind the farm field here in the distance is an old cemetery. The cemetery started in 1843. It's called Vennum Cemetery. And today, we're going to go explore the cemetery. So come with me as we explore Vennum Cemetery. Okay, we've made it to the cemetery. So step one is done. So like I said, this cemetery goes back to the 1840s, 1843. Thomas Vennum, 11-year-old boy, is the first one entombed here. And you can see there are some rather recent graves in here as well. 2002 for the Watts. Looks like the family still comes here. Early 1900s, 1956 for Thomas, and 1911 for Sandra, 1912 for Larry. And oddly enough, I did find quite a bit of information on this cemetery, which I was really surprised to find. Let me go toward the back of the cemetery, and I'm going to start from there. Okay, I'm at the back of the cemetery now, and there's just a whole row of markers that are embedded into the ground, unfortunately face up, so they're a little hard to read, although this one says, looks like Jonathan Wright. Looks like he was 50, perhaps. There's just, I'm not going to read all these. These are interesting. These are interesting how these are just laid here next to each other like this. I see Henry. Looks like Henry Young. He died 1872. This is an interesting one. Esther Ann. Wow. Died 1856. It's fascinating how these are just all lined up like this on the ground. Oh, I've never seen this before. Look at that. A broken chain. You have a hand reaching down with a run of the chain, and then the chain's actually broken. That is interesting. Looks like H. Huda? Maybe, unless it's kind of hard to tell. Wife of T.N. Morose? I don't know. Died 1869, age 30 years. These are just stacked up here. Minerva, wife of Louis Coying. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. 1898. William, their son, passed away April 1898. So that's interesting. Your son passed away April, and the mom passed away in May. Sad. We have Ernest, son of George, and Alenia. It's like he died in 1886. There's some stacked on each other here. Let's see if I can. I don't really want to move things around. I don't want to knock things over either. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that. Then we have tombstones just stacked here, just completely just stacked. How sad. I see Milton Watts here. I see 1873. So today is supposed to be a nice day. Not supposed to be windy. It's supposed to be relatively warm for this time of year, about 50 degrees. And I come out here and it's windy and it's cold. Daughter of Joseph. Is that Lulu? Daughter of Joseph. VonnSall. Died in 1880. Can't really see the age. 11 years maybe? It's sad because we don't know where these people were buried. You know, they're just gone. And if I look over here in this field, I mean, there are a lot of sunken graves right here in front of me. Probably difficult to tell. There's something over here. Let's see what this is. Nothing. This was something at one time, but now it's reclaimed by nature. I did find a lot of history on this cemetery, surprisingly enough. Look at this. This is beautiful. It says, our parents Submit, S-U-B-M-I-T. Interesting name. I've never seen that name before. Died 1876. And Hiram, is that how it's spelled? Or Hiram? Born, died, looks like 1902. So this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is a huge hole. And look at all this dirt. I mean, that hole is probably 10 inches in diameter. It's crazy. So I'll give you a little history on this place. This cemetery was started by Christopher and Rosanna Vennum. Here's Colonel Thomas Vennum. Died 1951. This is rather recent. Their son Thomas passed away at age 11 in 1843, and that's the first person that's interred in this cemetery. Here's Christopher Vennum right here. He died in 1868, and Rosanna, his wife, died. Now she died pretty young. She died in 1846. So she gave birth to an infant son in February of 1846. And unfortunately, he died at birth, and she died in March of that same year. So I don't know if there was just complications in childbirth or depression, and I don't know how she died or what happened. But they did have 7 children, Christopher and Rosanna. And unfortunately, Thomas died at 11. Like I said, he's the first one interred here. He died at 11. Rosa died in 1846, right after her son. So the second son died. And then there was a couple of sons that were in the Civil War, and they both died in the Civil War. So out of all of them, I think only 3 children survived to late adulthood. Freemason symbol on this. Now that looks like Christopher to me. I can't really tell. And I see 1873 on the year of death there. John Zimwalt. He passed away 1861 at the age of 13, a very young man. Now they're just everywhere. I don't know where to go here. Now this is a George Vennum. He died in 1879 at the age of 72. I believe this may have been one of the children of Christopher and Rosanna. There's one for Martha, wife of William something or other. It's like she died in 1853. That is a large stone. Oh, and here's their son, Hiram here, or Hiram. Got the flag there. This is the one. He died in the Civil War. So he was a prisoner at Lilly Prison in Virginia, and he died of starvation. How sad is that? They starved this guy to death. And you got some American Legion flags here. And his brother Paul should be in here as well. He also was killed in the Civil War, and he died in a battle in 1862. Here's Christopher and Rosanna again. Isaac Anderson died February 15th, 1897, 32 years old. Okay, here's Mary, wife of George Anderson, born 1849, died 1871, so she was very young. 22? Is that right? Less than 22, 21. So they had she couldn't have been married very long. Walter Davis, 1866 to 1894. Very young. Very young. And now we're getting into this is Stream. James M., 1847 to 1918. Ruth, his wife, 1853. I don't know if that's her birthday or that must be her birthday. She did not die. She's still living. She's very old. Now she must have been buried somewhere else. We've got the Blackstone. Samuel Black, born Christmas Day, 1855, died May 25th, 1906. So I did find a little information on this guy. He was a farmer, and he died of neuralgia of the heart, as they said, and I had to look that up. And neuralgia is pain, so pain of the heart. So I conclude, as my experience as a doctor, no, not really, that he probably died of a heart attack. S.E., wife of Newman, 1908, the Newman stone. This is just, look at this. This is neat. Wow, I like this. A little fenced in area. I always like fenced in areas. But look at that, of an infant. I mean, this is only maybe 2 feet by 4 feet. And son of, you can't even read it. Yeah, half of it's gone. Aged 1 year, I think it says 1 year. And he has one of the nicer markers in here. How his grave is marked off. Just a beautiful area. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to walk over here. I mean, can you imagine 100 years ago what this looked like? I mean, there had to have been all those piled tombstones, probably upright, and this whole area was probably just marked. There's a couple over here. There's one way out here. James Marsh, 1864 to 1935. And this is really, really sunken in over here. I don't see anything on that side. And don't see anything on that side either. Interesting. Okay, that's going to do it today here at Vennum Cemetery. Wonderful, large settler cemetery. I mean, there's several hundred graves in here. And I'm really happy they've preserved this cemetery as much as they have, because a lot of these cemeteries that are in the middle of cornfields like this usually get plowed over. Headstones get taken out, farmers use it for their crops, and you never hear from it again, or they're just completely destroyed and there's only one or two markers left. So it's kind of nice to see all these markers in here. And yeah, that's going to do it. So until next time, keep exploring.